Number three, a cable news show displays the results of a poll for a two-candidate runoff election between candidate A and candidate B. The polls show that candidate A is leading with 51% of the vote. In small print at the bottom of the graphic, it says the margin of error is plus and minus 3.5%. Which of these statements is true about the poll? So we're talking about margin of error. So if we go back to lesson 9 notes, that's when we first introduced margin of error. We learned that the margin of error is the maximum expected difference between the estimated value and the actual value. In other words, the actual value, and this is the key, is somewhere within the interval. So what is the interval going to be? The interval is going to be 51 plus and minus 3.5%. So I'm going to take a calculator and I'm going to take 51 and I'm going to add 3.5%, and that's going to be 54.5%. But I'm going to take 51 and I'm also going to subtract 3.5%, and I get 47.5%. Okay? So by the definition of margin of error, we can see that the actual percentage of votes, okay, the actual votes is going to be somewhere between 47.5% and 54.5%. So by finding that interval, we can predict that the percentage of votes that candidate A receives is going to be somewhere between these two values. So the question is, which choice says that? Well, if we take a look here, it'll look like B. The poll predicts that between 47.5% and 54.5% of voters will select candidate A in this election. And that is it for number 3.